This might be the best wet and dry vacuum I've ever tried. And I've tried a bunch, and I've reviewed a bunch on the channel. Before we start, I have to tell you this is a sponsored review. Narwal did send me this product for free to review, and I really wish it wasn't a sponsored video because I really wanted to rave about the S20 Pro. And let me tell you why. As a reviewer, but also as a consumer, I'm very demanding of products, and I really like it when there's smart design decisions, smart engineering decisions, and unfortunately, with a lot of products out there today, it feels like sometimes they've been designed by monkeys, and it's really mind-boggling at times what design decisions some companies make in their products. And I've seen it as well in wet and dry vacuums. And as a consumer and as someone who was fortunate enough to have tried dozens of wet and dry vacuums, I had a tough time deciding which one I would keep to use daily myself, because I couldn't find a single one that ticked all the boxes. And whatever choice I had to make, whatever product I chose that did a few things right, it messed up a thing or two. And then the other one that got these things right messed up another thing or two. So it was really hard for me to pick one that did everything right until I tried the S20 Pro, and I think they're very close to that. And as I unboxed the S20 Pro and I started exploring it, I couldn't help smiling. I was smiling all the time as I realized how many really smart design decisions they've made. And sometimes they're very little things, but they make a difference, at least to me. And that really made me happy. And I'm going to tell you all about these small, smart design decisions throughout the review. But yeah, let's get started. So let me start with the design of the S20. It's gray with silver accents, which looks really nice. It looks quite premium, and you feel that premiumness even more as soon as you turn on the S20 and look at that screen. It's a really nice screen that has very nice animations that shows you exactly what the machine is doing, which I really appreciate. It has a 670 milliliter dirty water tank and a 790 milliliter fresh water tank. And here again is what I think a smart design decision. The water tank is actually at the bottom, which means, first of all, it's very seamless with the cleaning head, so you barely know it's there. But more importantly, with the water tank at the bottom versus somewhere in the middle or on the handle, as is the case with most other wet and dry vacuums, you get a lower center of gravity. The weight is concentrated more towards the floor, which means it's more stable and it's easier to push around. It takes less effort. This is also complemented by the fact that the brush roll provides some traction as well, so you really need very little effort to push it around. It's just going to move forward by itself. Also, the head pivots quite well, which is something other machines in the market don't really do well. As you can see, you can pivot the head quite considerably left and right, making cleaning very easy. The machine also has 180-degree lay flat capabilities, which is awesome. You can go under chairs, under furniture very easily, which is something really nice to have. It also has a tank for your cleaning solution, which is really nice. Over here, you can fill this up with cleaning solution and it's going to last you up to 40 days. And you don't have to, every single time you refill the water tank, mix it in with the cleaning solution and get the ratios right. You just fill this tank on and you're good to go for 40 days. Another really nice design decision is that you can turn on or off the solution dispensing by double clicking on the trigger on the handle. Another nice feature, anti-hair tangle, and to get that, it actually has a double comb, as you can see over here, with dual rows of staggered teeth, and you'll see that in action later on in the cleaning test. It does a really good job at not getting any hair tangled on the brush. Now let's talk about the different cleaning modes, and again, this is where, in my opinion, the Narwal S20 shines with respect to others in the market. It has 5 different cleaning modes. The common modes we see are automatic mode, which uses a sensor to adjust the water level, the brush rotation, and also the suction power, depending on how much dirt or debris it detects. An eco mode that uses less power and less noise, a max mode or a turbo mode, and a water suction mode. Now, going back to what I said in the introduction about some companies and some products making weird design decisions, I've tested a lot of wet and dry vacuums that simply decide to emit one of the modes. Some of them, like the Roborock Flexi Pro, does not have a water suction mode, so there's no way to actually use the machine without dispensing water. I don't know why. Others, like the Dreamy H14, don't have a turbo mode, so you can only use it in automatic mode, and you cannot kick the machine into higher power. I don't know why. The Narwal S20 not only has all 4 modes that I just mentioned, but it also has a fifth mode, which is called Max Enhancement Mode. And this mode is like turbo mode, but on steroids. So if you want even more power, it gives you up to 5 times more cleaning power than turbo mode. All you have to do is hold the trigger on the handle and it's gonna kick into Max Enhancement Mode. So I'm very happy to see, not only does it have all 4 modes, which unfortunately I find missing from a lot of the wet and dry vacuums, it also has an extra 5th mode, which is wonderful if you have stubborn stains and you want that extra cleaning power. Now, all that is good, but does it actually deliver? Does it actually clean well? Well, let's find out in the cleaning tests. Starting off with the coffee test, I poured some coffee on the floor and I let it dry out over 12 hours. And as you can see, the Narwal S20 had absolutely no issue getting that stain out in the first run. I also poured the coffee to the edge to test the edge cleaning capabilities of the machine, and it did a really good job getting very close to the edge. As you can see, it got about 0.65 centimeters from the edge, which is pretty good. The next test, more of a stress test, I put some ketchup on the floor and also let it dry out over 12 hours. Now, as you can imagine, dried out ketchup is really tough to get out. It took a lot of runs, but eventually the machine did get that stain out. But in most cases, if you have ketchup on the floor, you're not going to let it dry over 12 hours. So I did another test with fresh ketchup on the floor, and as you can see, very easy to get out. Next test, milk and cereal. Also, first pass, got all the milk and the larger chunks of cereal with absolutely no issue. And in this test, you're going to see the automatic mode where it detects the presence of milk and cereal. You can see on the screen it says dirt detected, and it adjusts the vacuum power. And here you can see the water that was collected, all that dirty water, and the solid separation, which I think it did an excellent job at. So a lot of these machines have a filter to catch the solid debris so it doesn't get mixed with the water tank. But I've found in a lot of these, the design, the implementation is less than ideal, where you find some solid chunks, they fall back into the water tank, but not with a Narwal. As you can see, it got all the solid and absolutely none fell into the water tank. The advantage of having this filter is that you can dump these solid chunks in your garbage bin and then pour all the water down your sink. So this is what the brush roll looked like after all these tests, after the ketchup and the milk. And as you can see, there's a little bit of red staining from the ketchup. So I let the machine run through the brush cleaning cycle, and afterwards, this is how much water it extracted from the brush. That's pretty impressive. And now take a look at what the brush roll looked like after that cleaning session. As you can see, there's very minimal staining on the brush roll from the ketchup. I think the machine did a really good job at cleaning the brush roll. And again, look at all that water that was collected only from cleaning the brush roll. I had emptied the tank from the previous test, so all this water came from cleaning the brush roll. That is pretty impressive. After the cleaning session, I let it run the drying cycle, and here I was very happy to see that it is fairly silent at less than 40 decibels, which is not always the case with other brands on the market. And to be honest, it's one of my pain points with some of them. They're just too loud when they're drying, and the Narwal achieves that partially by adopting a different approach to drying. Most, if not all, of the other brands on the market, they blow hot air on the brush roll, which results sometimes in uneven drying, but also there's a loud sound from that fan blowing all that hot air. With the Narwal, it's a different approach. Instead of blowing hot air, they have a heated plate in the back over here, as you can see, and that applies even heat across all the width of the brush roll. Therefore, it gives you more even drying, but also more silent drying. And what I absolutely love about this, and again, it's not something I've seen with others in the market, it actually has sensors to detect if the brush roll is actually dried or not. And if it's not, it's just going to extend that drying period. It can range anywhere from 30 minutes to 80 minutes. It is always dynamically adjusted depending on how much moisture is in the brush roll. Moving on to the last test to test out the anti-tangle technology of the machine with those dual combs. I put some long strands of pink hair so you can more easily see them on the floor, and I went over them with the machine, and as you can see, there was absolutely 0 hairs on the brush roll. That was pretty impressive. And if you look at the dirty water tank, you see all the pink hair, all these strands are collected in the solid compartment. They're not even mixed with the water, which was pretty impressive. Now, I mentioned in my introduction that I was very happy to see a lot of small, smart design decisions. Well, let me tell you what these were. So, love the fact that it has an auto-dispensing tank for the solution. What is also great is that it has markings to let you know when the tank is full and when the tank is empty, which is great. In some, like the Roborock Diet Pro, which also has a solution auto-dispensing tank, there's absolutely no way to know if the tank is full or empty. It's really mind-boggling. Another smart thing with the auto-dispensing solution is that you can turn it on and off, but not only is there a voice prompt that tells you the solution is on or off, but you can actually see it on the screen at all times. This little thing over here tells you if there's solution being dispensed or not. Again, a very small thing, but great. Others don't do that. You can't even turn off the solution with most of the wet and dry vacuums. We talked about the filter in the dirty water tank that catches the solid debris. Well, look at this. You can actually flip it forward to make disposing of that solid debris much easier. Lovely. The screen, as I said, has very nice animations that tells you what the machine is doing. But again, they've added a countdown timer that tells you exactly how much time is left in the task at hand. You can simply glance at the screen and know how much time is left in that task, which is awesome. Again, I don't think I've seen that on any of the other screens in the wet and dry vacuums. Another nice thing in the dirty water tank, with a lot of the machines, you really need to pull really hard to open this up. But with the Narwal S20 Pro, as soon as you lift up the handle, as you can see, it releases this and you can easily pull it out. And then when you put the machine on the base, the screen orientation flips to face you so that when you're looking at the machine facing it, you can see the information the right way forward. Again, small thing, but it matters. Another nice thing, when you put the machine back on its base to run the drying cycle or the cleaning cycle and there's not enough battery to run it, well, it doesn't just throw an error like all other machines saying come back later when there's more battery. It actually tells you, I'm going to start this mode as soon as I'm charged enough. And then once it has enough battery power, it starts that mode. And that's awesome. Now, having said that, there are just a few things that are missing in the Narwal S20 that I've seen on other wet and dry vacuums, and none of them by far are deal breakers. The first one is something we started to see on a lot of them. There's no LED lights on the cleaning head, which are nice to have. Not groundbreakingly helpful, but nice to have. The other thing I touched upon, so a lot of these models have that self-propulsion wheels that propel the machine forward but also backward. The Narwal S20 doesn't, but as I said, there's some self-propulsion from the rotating brush roll, and it really pushes the machine forward very easily. As you can see, I can just put the machine on the floor and it's gonna continue driving itself. This would have been nice to have, but I don't think there's any significant impact without this feature. And the third thing that's missing, which would have been nice to have, is app connectivity, which is something you see on a lot of the high-end wet and dry vacuum cleaners. So I was a bit disappointed when I first learned that there's no app connectivity. But then when I thought more about it, do I really need it? I've used the app on other models to control things like the water output, the drying time on the brush roll, and the suction power. But when I thought more about it, I realized we don't really need an app. For the drying time, that's dynamically controlled depending on how humid or wet the brush roll is, which is great. So there's no need to manually control the drying duration. The machine's going to do it by itself automatically. And then to control the suction power and water output, well, again, they gave us 5 different modes ranging from eco to smart to max and then to suction only. So there's 5 different cleaning levels. It's more than enough. And then I realized if I had an app, what more would I do with it? Not much. So it would have been nice to have, but I realized it probably would be completely useless to have an app, as you get everything without it. Having said that, would I recommend the Narwal S20 Pro? I'm sure you know my answer to that. Absolutely. I think it's the wet and dry vacuum closest to perfection from all the ones that I've tested. It cleans well, it dries well, it's silent. The anti-tangle hairbrush works flawlessly. There's absolutely no hairs tangled on the brush roll. It auto dispenses solution when you're cleaning. It has so many different modes. It looks nice. It's very easy to use. There's absolutely nothing I do not like about this machine. And that's it for me. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about the Narwal S20 Pro. I will put links to the product page in the description. Make sure to check those out to see the price at the moment you're watching this review. These are affiliate links, so if you do decide to purchase this, I may earn a small commission on some purchases at absolutely no extra cost to you, but this will greatly help support the channel. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.